Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Today we are going to figure out what's wrong with this thing. It's time to do the video. I got a whole list of the comments. I have got a list of all the comments everybody has made, giving me their suggestions and what they think might be wrong with it. I'll start down here. Busted Knuckles Garage thinks it might be a bad coil. He was the first commenter on the video. And let's see, Jungle Bob says he thinks it might be a bad flywheel key. Dennis S. says the plastic cam gear might have jumped a tooth. We'll find out. And Skirt Devil says check the push rods. He might think there's one bent. Could be. CJ Jenkins, he thinks it might be a valve seat. And he also says check the flywheel key. Let's see, Scott Kemp, he thinks it's got a bent exhaust push rod on the left side, which I agree with him. I think the problem is on the left side. Walmart Willie, he wants me to check the valve clearance. He thinks that's what the problem might be. And the Homestead Pastor says he don't believe it's got any fire. He says he wants me to check the spark plugs in the coil. Rob Cole, he thinks it's a timing issue. Check the flywheel key or a problem with the camshaft. Let's see, TW's Small Engines, he thinks also it's a bent push rod on the left side because he thinks it also ran hot. I agree with that. And Mater's Workshop, he wants me to check the timing on it and the flywheel key too. A lot of people are thinking the flywheel key. Tinker and Taylor, he thinks one of the valve seats come loose. He says it may be a head gasket or cracks in the head, and that's what I believe too. Probably got a crack in it somewhere, because we all kind of agree that it did run hot. Patrick Nolte, he thinks it's a head gasket or the valves ain't seating. Let's see here. Henry Morosky, he wants me to set the valves, check the valve clearances and everything, and he wants me to check the flywheel key too. And then Haney Oki, he thinks it's a spark problem, something with the ignition. He wants me to put new plugs in it and check the coils. And let's see, Timothy Hartley, he thinks it's a bad spark plug, fouled plug. He thinks it could be valve train issues, which I think we all kind of agree on. He says he might need a cam and check the valve clearance. Mark Schwinn says the needle in the carburetor might be clogged. The flywheel key, valve clearance issues, and push rods. He's got it covered here. He wants me to gap the plugs, clean the fins, clean the carburetor, and then we'll tear into it. I kind of agree with that because I think it's acting like it also has a little water in it. You know, when you have a little water in it, it'll crack and pop like that. That's logical there, I like that. And John Clem says check the spark plug, check the spark. And Lawnmower Detective agrees with that. Mowers by Mitch, he also thinks it's a bent push rod. Yep. I got everybody's comment written down. I hope I ain't missed anybody. I waited 2 or 3 days to let everybody comment before I started digging into it. So let's dig into it. I'm almost expecting a customer to pull up any second. So first thing we're gonna do is, here's the spark plugs that came out of it. This one was on the right side. Sitting on the tractor, looking over the hood, I refer to the right side and left side. So looking directly at the engine, this is going to be the left side. and that's the one that was black and really wet. The right side was dry, like it had been burning really, really good. It's not rich, it's not lean. So that's the one I'm kind of curious about. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna stick the spark plug in it. I hope y'all can see if it's got spark. Let me turn the old key over. Set the parking brake. Let's see if this thing's got fire. I can reach the key. It does. It's got spark. It's got spark on that side, even the old plug's not even fouled. Okay, let's go find out on the right side. You know, I am surprised I didn't just knock the heck out of me when I did that. Oh, let me grab something to hold that thing with. I don't want to get shocked. Not on video, not for y'all. Oh boy. Let's do it again. Well, I don't even have to hold that one. Let's see if this one's got spark. Yep. It's got spark on that side. Well, that rules that out. I was thinking it was just a fouled plug too, or a bad coil or something, but it's got good spark on both sides. So that tells me it's going to be in the valve train. Either that or it does have a shared flywheel key. It could be a shared flywheel key there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this cover off and I'm going to take both valve covers off. Yep, and I'm gonna make y'all watch me do it too. I don't want to hit pause. This is gonna be in real time here. For some reason, these back two bolts were missing. They're already gone off the backside. Let me change sockets. Get this cover off. All right. All right. Now we can get this cover off and make sure everything's out of the way here. I got to get that one last little screw right out of the middle, and that's going to be a quarter driver. So let's walk over here and grab a quarter socket. Oh, let's see, a quarter socket. Put that on into that. Right there. Get that out of the way. Okay, let's pop this cover off. I believe I've got all the screws and bolts out of it. Ooh. Dusty. Let's take a quick look here and see. Yeah, those heads are completely, this head is completely clogged. The left side, and then the right side is just a little dusty, but it's completely clear. You can see this hole here and over here is completely clogged. Wow. Let me grab a little screwdriver here and I'll kind of poke around a little bit. Yeah, look at all that. Ooh-wee. Well, we know that's completely clogged. And I think everybody's right. That's where the problem's going to be, in this cylinder right here. I'm going to get this fuel pump out of the way. Get that pulse line off there. Okay. Okay. I didn't want to wash this thing or nothing, because it'll mess up my freshly pressure washed driveway there. One more right there. Grab a rag here. Yeah, it'll just come right off for me. Okay, there's that nasty old valve cover. Now, let's take a look. Oh, there's your problem. There's your problem right there. Look what's missing. Look at there. It is missing the exhaust push rod, and it went right inside the engine. There you go. That's why it still had good compression, and that's why it was blowing back out of the carburetor, because the exhaust valve was not opening. Over there. Oh, look at the intake. Look at the intake valve. Boy, that sucker's bent. I bet it slipped a seat. Ooh. Yeah, boy, that thing is crooked, bent up, exhaust is missing. Okay, I'm gonna pull this head off. I'm not gonna make y'all watch me do that, I don't reckon. But then again, I am. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and pull the carburetor intake and everything. I'm gonna pull this shield off right here. I'm gonna pull this head completely off. Let me blow a little dust off of this thing. Phew. Catastrophic engine failure. He's making a slit, choking it twice. Gonna find out who's nutty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to Tom Dobie's garage. Okay, let's pull this thing apart. Ooh, I might have to get my leaf blower out here and blow this place out when I get done with this thing. Let's see, I want to get this off. This is your throttle. Let's see which one is. Yeah, this is the throttle, and then you got your choke cable. Get that out of the way. Gah, I just popped every knuckle on both hands. Boy, that thing's tight for some reason. I guess just about every one of y'all was right. Y'all were just blaming something in the valve train. That's what it is. How many of these have all of us seen in our time doing this? Just about all of us. Common problem. Let's see, I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna go in here before the fuel filter, because I'm gonna take this whole thing off. Take this fuel line off from the fuel filter. know why I'm fighting with it. We'll just cut it. Well, heck, I could have had it off by now. There we go. Get this out of the way. Well, wrong one. Let's see about getting this heat shield off of here. We'll just bend that out of the way. I ain't gonna fight with it. Okay, let me grab my little extension. Now we'll take this carburetor and manifold off. I gotta unplug the fuel solenoid. Should be a hose back here to unplug. Come out of there, boy. Well, that thing's on there pretty good. Wow, somebody has got that sucker glued on there. There we go. Slide that little throttle linkage out of the way. Come out of there, boy. Spring off of there. Yeah, I was thinking somewhere in the lines of maybe a fuel problem, but now we know for sure. Okay. Now I gotta dig around and find the head bolts. Dig around and find the head bolts. There's one. There's one, there's one. There's one down here under. There's one inside there. We gotta get this bracket off right there. Yeah, it's gonna hinder us a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and take this off too. Okay. Ooh, super tight. Super tight. Loosen these. I'm going to break these by hand. Might be my battery going dead in the impact. Look good. I'm gonna have to get that, yeah, it ought to come out of there without having to take that off. That exhaust pipe just slips down into the muffler. It's not welded, so it'll come off with the head. And I'm curious to see that head gasket too, but I think the head gasket's gonna be good. I really do. We'll have to get this cover right here off because it's sitting right on top of the exhaust pipe. Yeah, that's going to be metric there. Get all this stuff out of the way. Okay, I believe that head might be ours now. I got one more little screw right there holding that inner shield on. No, that's not screwed to the head itself. It's screwed to the block behind it, but just in case, I'll go ahead and take it out anyway. Okay. Oop. Let's see. I don't believe I missed any bolts. I don't believe I missed any. I could have, but I don't believe I did. Well, that's still in the way. Yeah, boy, look at that. Yep. I may have to take that pipe off. I might. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. What did I do with my, there it is. We'll take this cover off and it's gonna fight us a little bit. I gotta get that muffler out of the way. I ain't gonna sit here and fight trying to get these bolts out. Yes, let me grab my other socket. Is that a 10 or a 8 or a 3? That's a 10 millimeter. Take these 3 and this muffler should just fall off and give me my exhaust pipe. Okay. All right, and I just smashed my finger, boy. Ooh. Yeah, the muffler looks like it's clear. The only person that mentioned something about the muffler being stopped up, only one person mentioned that, but not in the comments. I'll get it off that locator pin. And there's our head. The seats look good. I don't see a slip seat. Smash my finger. Head gasket looks good. Heck, you can even reuse that. I just wonder how hard it'll be to find that push rod. You have to take the whole engine apart. Ain't no way you can fish that thing out of there. Wouldn't be any way. Maybe I can... we can see it. I don't have a magnet small enough to go through there. I don't. I don't. Check out my new flashlight somebody give me. Johnny Reagan got me a flashlight. Boy, that thing is snazzical. Look at that. You can dim it and you can use it like that. Ain't that cool? Thank you, Johnny. Man, this is a lot better than that old DeWalt. I see the camshaft, but I don't see that push rod. It's going to be way down there in the bottom of that engine. Yep, well, there you have it. The head gasket was good. The valve seats, the valves are good. For some reason it just, well, because it overheated, it bent the intake valve push rod, and the exhaust valve push rod is just gone. But I believe this engine would still be good. All you gotta do is get a new set of push rods and replace the head gasket and put it back together. I don't think she's hurt. I may do that on another video. I may do that. I don't know why though. I ain't gonna keep the tractor. Well, boys and girls, there is problem found. Problem found. Y'all be good. Thank y'all for watching the video. Boys and girls, love you guys, and any questions or comments, man, put them down below, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all.